Back when it was first revealed that PS4 was going to require PS Plus in order to do most things online, Yoshida actually stated that if they would have continued to offer PSN multiplayer for free like they did in the past, they were going to have to actually lower the quality of the service in order to compensate. Sony promised that by having you pay in, that would bring in revenue that they could reinvest back into the PlayStation Network, so it was going to be expanded and it was going to be improved. How much improvement have you seen now that you're paying for PSN? We're almost a couple of years into the launch of PS4. And I don't believe anybody who, unless they're a diehard fanboy, actually believes Sony has invested anything into making the PlayStation Network any better. Now, I mean, maybe they invested it like into the PS Now servers so that, you know, because I'm sure that takes a lot more bandwidth. So they invested that in so that they could charge you another subscription fee in order to play some of your older games online. But does anybody feel like their multiplayer experience has gotten any better now that you're paying for the PlayStation Network? When the service is working, there's tons of people complaining about the download times. The other night I was tweeting out, I took a screenshot, I was trying to get Metal Gear Solid, and it took 3 hours to download 3 gigs. And it's not my ISP, it's not a problem on my end. I'm hardwired running like 70 down. And I don't have anywhere near those times when it comes to downloading files from the PC or Xbox or anything else. And like I said, a lot of other people are also experiencing the same thing. And then today, I was checking the PS Store off and on all day. I was waiting for Rocket League to show up in the States because I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I wanted to download it and try it. I got off work around 12, went to get on PlayStation, and it was down. I figured, you know, nothing new. We're used to it by now. I don't go run and jump. I don't post stories every time PlayStation Network's down. I don't even tweet about it. But after a few hours, it became apparent that this was a major outage. It wasn't something that was going to be down just for a few minutes and come back up. PlayStation 4 multiplayer gaming was down. PS Store was unavailable. Or at least that's the way it started. By the end of it, at one point I actually looked at Sony's status page and every single item was down, including the PS3. Everything was down except for Sony's TV service, PlayStation View. I laid down, took a nap for a couple hours, woke up, and still couldn't get in. And it's not just me complaining about one day of outage for a few hours. I want you to look at these dates. July 7th. The string of PlayStation Network issues continues again today. July 3rd. Ask PlayStation says it's aware the PlayStation Network is down. June 29th. PlayStation Network down for maintenance. Alright, I'll give them this one since they told us it was going to be happening beforehand. But it still blows my mind that they have to take down the service in order to do these so-called stability updates. Nobody else does this that I'm aware of. June 26th, PlayStation Network outage. June 17th, PlayStation Network down. Tons of people saying they couldn't get online while Sony's status page said that everything was fine. June 13th, PlayStation Network down. PS4 and PS3 hit by fresh outage. Are you starting to see a problem here? For a service that you're paying for? Well, hang on. We're not done with June yet. June 11th. Multiple users reporting sign-in issues on PlayStation Network. June 1st. Sony confirms PlayStation Network down. PS4 and PS3 users hit by new online service issues. And that's just where I stopped searching. I just used Google. I put in a custom date. I said, show me all the search results from June 1st to today. If you weren't counting, in the last 5 weeks, PlayStation Network has gone down 8 times. Well, Dragon, we get free games. let me feed you, baby bird. If you have to pay a fee in order to get something free, that's not really the definition of free. You're paying to access the internet is all you're doing on consoles. PC players don't have this type of service. They get free multiplayer, they get cheaper games, and they get better service. Console players have to pay a fee in order to use their internet. And I've told you this before when I was calling out Microsoft, and I said they need to be the ones that tear down this paywall, especially since Live is expanding and moving over to PC. Do you know why Microsoft isn't going to be charging PC players to play on Xbox Live? It's because they can't. Because PC players wouldn't put up with it. You already pay Comcast or Charter or whoever your internet is to use your internet. So why do you have to pay another company another fee to continue just to use your freaking internet? And if free games are really the reason you're paying for this, I mean, looking at a lot of comments, it appears that a lot of people feel that the quality of those games that PlayStation has released hasn't really kept up with quality over the last few months. Xbox hasn't been any better, but at least with Xbox now, you can get 4 free games a month since backwards compatibility is coming. So what is it that's worth paying for? I honestly do not see it. Well, Dragon, there's so many PS4 players that Sony just wasn't ready. There's just too many people coming online. Well, apologist, how many years is it going to take for them to catch up? To look to see how many PlayStations they sold? And I shouldn't even say that because Sony themselves say that only half of PS4 users actually pay for PS Plus. Not everybody that owns a PlayStation is going to go pay for online. This comes from Sony CEO. About half actually pay. And they're about to have one less subscription. Because when mine runs out, I'm done. I'm canceling it. I can play my multi-platforms on other platforms that have better service. And it's not like any major AAA exclusives are coming anytime soon for PlayStation that are multiplayer focused, it appears. I mean, they're not even offering multiplayer in the Uncharted collection that's coming out soon. So they scraped a whole section of that game. The next major exclusive that PlayStation has coming out is Uncharted 4, and that doesn't come out for another 8 months. So what's the point? Let me know how you feel about this. If this is acceptable for a paid service. Because honestly, I've never seen a paid service go down this much with a major company that has billions of dollars. If you're really for the players, then I expect you to make investments for the players. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn.